We are live. Welcome, guys, back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I'm Timothy Earle, and today we're going to be talking the MLB card. We will not be looking over, obviously, the Braves game that already started and the doubleheader for the Guardians game, because the Guardians game is about to start in about 10 minutes. So I'm not going to go and cap a game that's going to be starting in a couple minutes. It's not really worth it. So, and I'm not going to touch the second part of a doubleheader if I'm not been in the first half. So, we have all the other games typed up for you guys. And then because by the time I get off of work tomorrow, there will be games already starting for NFL. I'll go over NFL today too. So it's going to be a long show. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, share. We're ready for a long show. So grab your popcorn, grab your notes, and we'll talk over some baseball and some football. We are also sweating out some plays already as we're going. I'm on Wisconsin, which is already way gone because they're down 20-0. I'm on Miami of Ohio, who's currently up 24-10 at the half. I'm on Mean Green, North Texas. They're up 28-14 at halftime. Texas Tech money line, they're up 10-3 at halftime. And I have the over in the TCU game, which I believe is 14-10, which is not on a good trajectory for that. But it is what it is, and we'll hopefully have a profitable noon card into the full entire card. We'll go and look at yesterday's card. What happened then in the world of sports betting? It was just showing me that I was live. Can I get to my live stream on TikTok so I can post stuff in the chat for it? Because I'm gonna. Before we jump into yesterday, sorry. I put a link in the chat for Dabble. Dabble is a not a fantasy, but it's a player prop app where if you go and you download the app, use the referral code ESBTIM, you'll get $25 for free just for signing up. And you guys can go ahead and it's kind of more of a fun type of app. You can go and make yourself some parlays and do all that stuff, but you get $25 free if you guys sign up. So make sure you guys are jumping on that. I put that in all of the chats. Anyways, looking at the card from yesterday, I'll go over. Where is this? Last 20 picks. That's pretty freaking solid. I gotta pull up because it won't show me more than 20. Because it's not showing me any of my losers. Because I had a good day yesterday. I believe we're 16-5 yesterday. Yeah, it's not going to show last whatever because yeah. But we're up 11.88 units yesterday. Some nice winners with like the under in the Oklahoma State game. Brian Reynolds over his bases. Cardinals money line. J-Ram over bases. Guardians money line. Mariners money line. Salvador Perez over his bases. Max Scherzer under his strikeouts. Garrett Crochet over his strikeouts. Soto and Alonso props. Mets run line. Trevor Rogers. The Orioles. Hap. We had a really good day yesterday. We've had back-to-back good days. So I believe we've had 5 out of our last 7 days we're winning. So we're kind of getting in the right path again. According to the site, over the last 7 days, we're 67-58, up 13.44 units. So hopefully we can keep on going with that. And let's make some money. We'll say hi to the chats. Isaiah Winters is in the TikTok chat saying, "What's up? What is good?" And no chat yet in the YouTube, but we are on a little bit of a later start time, so I understand that. But we will go ahead and start by hopping into baseball, and then we'll go from there. First games are at 4 o'clock. We got the New York Mets and the Washington Nationals. We've got, of course, the football is up. There we go. Kate Cavalli taking on Nolan McLean. McLean has been amazing since coming up to the majors, which you absolutely love to see. But we'll look at Kate Cavalli first. Cavalli this year has made 8 starts to a 3-1 record, a 4.76 ERA, 39 2/3 innings pitched, 21 earned runs, 13 walks, and 31 strikeouts. Obviously, I'm going to give the pitching advantage to Nolan McLean. Nolan McLean has been absolutely nasty in his 6 starts so far with the Mets. The Mets are 5-1 in his starts, which the only loser was because he allowed 1 earned run and they lost 1-0 that game. 6 starts, a 4-1 record with a 1.19 ERA, 37 2/3 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, 12 walks, and 40 strikeouts. Dude, he's been crazy good. So pitching advantage towards the Mets. Both of these guys are righties. The Mets are number 1 in baseball versus right-handed pitching at 119 WRC+. Washington sitting at 18th at 99. So hitting and pitching advantage is both with the New York Mets. We look at line movement where the line has actually gone from 260 to 280. So big movement towards the Mets in terms of with that. I have to scroll all the way down past all the college. There we go. Which all the money's coming on the Mets at 8.5. The New York Mets are going to be a cash cow today. And I'll do what I did yesterday for all of you TikTok people. Here's what I'm going to do. I flip the camera around, and we can go like this. We're going to frame it nicely for you guys. Can you not see? Hopefully that works for you guys. Looks good. Yep, that looks good. That looks good. Except for we're going to take away that page. We're going to put that right there for you guys. We're going to start off our day looking at the Mets. I want to see what their run line is before betting it, because that could definitely have an impact. Their run line is sitting at -120. So we're going to grab the Mets run line to start off the day. And we're going to go. I'm not sure if any Met has faced off against against Cavalli, because Cavalli had a bunch of injuries and stuff. So I'm not entirely sure if we've seen any of the Mets face off against him. And the answer is no. Nobody's faced off against anybody. But when it comes to it, the Mets have 2 guys that have been absolutely hot right now, and that's Pete Alonso. So we're going to take him over his bases, and we're going to grab Juan Soto over his bases, because those 2 guys have been just cashing like crazy. Total bases. I'll quickly grab what the line is on that, and we can go from there. Let's go to MLB, and we'll go to batter props and total bases, and scroll down to find that Pete Alonso total bases is sitting at -115. So not even plus money for that one. And then plus 105 for Juan Soto. So at least you get some plus money for that. So there you go. We're going to go ahead and grab Mets and some Pete Alonso and some other props. And Drake Baldwin with a 2-run shot. That's going to help out my Guardians to win the division at plus 750. Greetings from Planet Parlay. What's up, Aubrey? And we're not going to type on that one. Let's keep on rolling. We've got the Cubs and the Reds. It's a pick'em with a total of 9 in this game. We'll look at the pitching matchup, which is going to be Jared Assad taking on Zach Littell. Javier Assad. And Assad has not made many appearances this year. This will be his 7th appearance of the year. He's made 5 starts to a 3-1 record, a 4.23 ERA, 27 and 2/3 innings pitched, 27 earned runs, 13 earned runs, 9 walks, and 15 strikeouts. We have not really seen much from Mr. Javier Assad. On the opposite side, you got Zach Littell, who is it okay? Okay, just making sure. Zach Littell, who is sitting with 22 starts this year. 30 starts this year because he got traded over. He's 9-8 with around a 4 ERA and about 177 innings pitched, 177 innings pitched with 76 earned runs, 28 walks, and 123 strikeouts. I am going to give the pitching advantage to Mr. Littell in this one just because we've seen more from him than we've seen from Javier Assad, and I don't trust Javier Assad at the moment. We go to hitting, where both of them are going up against righties. The Cubs have the hitting advantage in this one, 109 WRC plus for them. Cincinnati all the way down, sitting at 97, so it's going to be split down the middle. We look at the line movement, and since this morning it went from it's moved a little bit towards Cincinnati, but not really a whole lot. Where's the money coming in? Money's coming in more on the Cubs, but Ryan really hasn't moved enough for me to want to go after it. So it makes sense with that. I'm not really interested in either pitcher for props. We'll go and we'll look at the hitting matchup to see if either of these teams have hit against these two pitchers before. In terms of that, Will Benson has 7 appearances. He's got a 4-for-7 streak against him, but other than that, nothing really crazy on that side. And yeah, nobody on the Reds or nobody on the Cubs that I would really look at either. So this Reds-Cubs game is going to end up being a pass for me. Under FTS points. What do you mean, Gus Betts? What do you mean? Let me know. We'll keep on rolling, though. We got the Athletics and the Pirates. We've got Morales taking on Bubba Chandler. Morales this year, we look at him around a 3 ERA. My page load? Thank you. 8 starts. 4-1 record with a 3.08 ERA, 38 innings pitched, 13 earned runs, 14 walks, and 34 strikeouts. On the opposite side, we've got Bubba Chandler, which I'm not going to judge him too harshly right now because he's made like 3 starts. My covers, can we work, please? Thank you. Bubba Chandler has made 5 appearances so far. 2 of them were starts. A 5.66 ERA, granted. One of those games, he got laid out to he kind of got screwed over because he allowed 9 earned runs and 2 2/3 innings. They just did not pull him. Other than that, you take out those starts, and he's been great. He's allowed 4 earned runs in his other 4 starts, which go over 18 innings. So he has looked good. That one start's going to really taint this thing, but I'm not going to put it against him. I'm going to give Bubba Chandler actually the pitching advantage in this one. I do like him as a pitcher. I think he's going to be really solid. Obviously, he was one of the top pitching prospects in baseball for a reason. That's going to get annoying for you guys. I'm sorry. And then we're going to look at hitting, which is going to go towards the Athletics, 107 WRC plus to 82. So this one is going to get split down the middle. Okay. We look at the line movement, and there really isn't any line movement. A little bit of line movement towards the under, which I kind of understand because these two teams can't hit. I kind of like the under in this one. Not going to lie. I feel like going under 8 could be a good spot. So I'm actually going to go ahead and grab that. We're going to go Pirates under 8. And then we're going to go look at quickly some strikeout props. Bubba Chandler's. Wow, okay. His strikeout prop is 5.5. I'm not touching that. So we're just gonna go. Pirates under in this game. And I'm not doing any hitter props. Rays money line. We will be talking about the Rays Where's the Rays? We've got the Yankee game and the Marlins game, and then the Rays Red Sox game. So we will go over that one. It's 3 games away in the thing because I'm going to talk about every single game. So just kind of be a little bit patient. I will get to all the games. So we're going to keep on rolling. We got the New York Yankees and the Baltimore Orioles. The Yankees are minus 200 with a total of 9. We got Rodon taking on Sugano. Rodon this year has pitched 31 times to a 16-9 record, a 3.11 ERA, 182 and a third innings pitched, 63 earned runs, 71 walks, and 190 strikeouts. He is 100% going to have the pitching advantage over Sugano, although Sugano he's been consistent, at least for him, a 4.39 ERA and 28 starts. With a 10-8 record, a 4.39 ERA, 149 and 2/3 innings pitched, 73 earned runs, 33 walks, 100 strikeouts. But Rodon has just been really good. And we're not going to sell him short. He's just been very consistent. And I'm going to even say Rodon's been the best pitcher for the Yankees all year. So I strongly believe that. So Yankees will have the pitching advantage in this game. In terms of hitting, Baltimore versus lefties is not good. 88 WRC plus. Yankees versus righties is number 2 in baseball, 118 WRC plus, 1 WRC plus behind the New York Mets. And we go and look at the line movement in this game, where the line has not really moved. If anything, it's moved a couple of cents towards the Orioles. Line's moving, I guess, a little bit towards the under here. With all the money coming in on the Yankees, I guess it would be Orioles or nothing. But I'm going to end up passing on that. We'll go quickly look real quick because I want to see Baltimore, 24.7% strikeout rate versus left-handed pitching. I kind of want to look towards Rodon. What's his number at? Rodon over 6.5 strikeouts. We'll go ahead and take that. Rodon over 6.5 Ks, and that's at even money. Not going to touch a side or a total in this game, but I'm going to look towards that. And we'll go quickly dip into hitting matchups versus the pitcher, which I guarantee these two teams have seen each other before, and they've seen these pitchers before. Of course, Aaron Judge always looks interesting. He is 4 for 5 versus Sugano with a home run. On the opposite side, Ryan Mountcastle. Ryan Mountcastle is batting 4 for 7 with a home run versus Rodon. I kind of want to look towards Mountcastle. So we'll grab him as well. Mountcastle over, and I believe he had a home run yesterday, over 1.5 total bases. And we'll go look to see what that number is at. That's home runs. I don't want home runs. I want total bases. By the way, Aaron Judge is minus 120 for his over 1.5 bases. That's not worth it. Mountcastle is plus 140. And I spelled it right. Yeah, Mountcastle. Yeah, I spelled it right. There we go. Let's keep on rolling. We didn't miss any chats, right? No, we're good. Marlins and the Rangers are going to be up next. Rangers minus 165 with a total of 8.5. I feel like yesterday's loss for the Rangers completely put them out. I feel like that's kind of the dagger in their season. They're now 5 games back. They're now they're still 4 games over 500, but they're kind of out of it at this point. And you got the Guardians that are right there, though. Obviously, Marlins. I think you need a miracle in order for them to make the playoffs. Real quick, Joshua, do you like the Nerfy in the Pirates game? I took the under in the Pirates game. If I take an under, yes, I would love a Nerfy because that nothing makes me feel better about an under than my Nerfy hitting or than a Nerfy hitting. So sure, yes, Nerfy. Marlins Rangers. You got Mazur versus Leiter. Mazur this year has pitched 5 times, 0-4 record, 4.85 ERA, 26 innings pitched, 14 earned runs, 10 walks, and 17 strikeouts. On the opposite side, you got Leiter, who's actually looked really good down the stretch. He's kind of filled in nicely for Nathan Eovaldi after Eovaldi went down. 27 starts and 99 record, a 3.82 ERA, 139 innings pitched, 59 earned runs, and 65 walks, 134 strikeouts. So he's looked good. He's going to have the pitching advantage for me in this game. We look at hitting, and the Marlins have 102 WRC plus compared to the Rangers have 97. So the Marlins actually have the hitting advantage in this game. So we got that. So it's split down the middle. We look at line movement in this one, and the line's moving a little bit towards Texas from 155 to 165. It's also moved from 9 to 8.5. Money coming in on Texas, so that makes sense. I don't hate Texas today. I don't know if that's necessarily something I want to be jumping in with. Let's see, Texas, pretty good strikeout rate. And how about instead, let's go, I want to look at strikeout props real quick. What's Mazur? Where's Mazur? Mazur under 3.5 at -103. Could be interesting. I think I'm just going to stay off this game. I don't really feel the need to go after it. And keep in mind, I'm trying to keep my card a little bit lighter just because I have a lot of college football today. Like, I had 5 games just at noon. Sweet. I had 5 games just at noon. I have like 18 college football plays today. So I'm not trying to go crazy with the MLB, but so I'm just going to completely pass on this Marlins game. I doubt anybody hitting wise is worth looking at. I'm going to quickly tag on that just because kind of have to, but yeah, I didn't think anybody really had the numbers. Yeah, nobody's faced him more than a couple of times, so pass on this one. I know somebody. Sorry. Edward asked Yankees money line. I have Rodon over his strikeouts, and I have Mountcastle over his bases. That's what I got for that game. I got UM and Notre Dame spreads. Thoughts real quick. My thoughts are I didn't bet either one of those games. I feel like for me, it would have been Michigan or nothing. And then I'll be completely honest. I don't even know who Notre Dame is playing. Notre Dame is playing Purdue. That's a big number. It's a really big number. Purdue is 2-1. No, Ball State and SIU. SIU, yeah, no. And then they lost to USC. I feel like that would be Purdue, but I don't know about that one. Omar, thank you for following, and we'll keep on rolling because I know somebody in the TikTok chat earlier asked about the Rays and the Red Sox. That's the next game up on the docket. We got Kyle Harrison, I believe, making his first appearance with the Boston Red Sox, at least first start with the Boston Red Sox against Adrian Hauser. Harrison, he has appeared in one game. He pitched 3 innings in relief, and no 3 hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts. He looked pretty good, all things considered in that. So interesting to see there. But he pitched 8 times with San Fran, 4 starts, a 1-1 record. So not anything crazy with all that. So we'll see when it comes to that. I was looking for. Is that over already? Anyways, sorry, I got distracted for a minute. Oop. There you guys go. Got distracted a minute with the Counter-Strike game because I was looking at that. Oh, Fury won already. Hell yeah, Fury of Fun. Anyways, sorry, got distracted. Pitching advantage goes towards Adrian Hauser, which Hauser this year has pitched in 8 games for Tampa. Has not been as good since coming to Tampa. A 4.67 ERA compared to a 2.1 when he was with the White Sox. But he's still pitching consistently. One of their grabs at the deadline. I'm still going to give the pitching advantage to him ever so slightly. You look at hitting stats. Tampa Bay versus lefties are not that great. 85 WRC plus. Boston against righties, 102. So Boston with the hitting advantage. So we're going to split it down the middle, and we'll see where we go. Not a whole lot of line movement from 112 to 114. So not really enough for us to go and bet something with it. More than money's coming in on Boston, so I would understand if people are interested in the Rays today. I don't hate the Rays option. Tampa Bay strikeout rate's 24.5%. Yeah, but how far is Kyle Harrison going into this game? That's my one problem is I don't see Kyle Harrison going deep into this game enough to get those strikeouts. Let's see. What is his number at? They have it at 4.5. Yeah, no, I can't do that. No, that's not what I wanted to do. So that's going to be a pass for the player props there. I'm pretty sure neither of these teams have faced off against the. Actually, no. There's probably some numbers for Boston against Hauser. There are. Alex Bregman is 4 for 7. Not a whole lot. Story's 3 for 5 with a home run, so that could be interesting. Look towards Trevor Story. So we'll take Trevor Story over his total bases, over 1.5 total bases. Let's go see what Trevor Story's number is for that. That's home runs. Can I click onto the right thing first? That'd be great. Plus 115 for Trevor Story bases. That's what we're going to do in the Boston game. If you had to pick one, would you take Kansas over 54.5 or Nebraska money line? That's very okay. I don't know who Kansas is playing, but keep in mind there's a lot of college football games. I'm gonna look up Kansas. Of course, they're gonna have Arkansas, and then Kansas is playing West Virginia. I can see it. My phone. Oh, my phone is not charging because it is hot, and it's at 15% battery. Well, we're about to lose the TikTok for a minute. I guess the over in the Kansas game. TikTok people, real quick. Here's what we're gonna do. Flip camera. Hi. Here's what's gonna happen. Right now, my phone is not charging because it's too hot. Apparently, my phone's about to die. So I'm gonna go ahead on the computer real quick. We're gonna go over to the TikTok, and we're gonna send you guys over to the YouTube. Because that's where I'm going to be, and unfortunately my phone is not charging right now. So instead of it just dying on me, I'm going to have to end the TikTok stream, and I'll go ahead and I'll post that over there so you guys can come and over on YouTube. So TikTok people, I apologize. I'm going to have to send you guys over to YouTube. Either look up Earle Sports Bets, or I'm putting the link to it in the chat. Omar, real quick, asked for Michigan. Michigan is a -3. I didn't bet that game, so I don't know. And then Mandy's asking for Brewers team total over. I could see it, although I have not capped that game yet, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm not going to talk you off of anything because I have not even touched it yet. But if you guys can, Anybody on the TikTok, please move over to the YouTube because unfortunately I'm going to have to end the TikTok stream because my phone's about to die and it's not charging. But meet me over there and we'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, YouTube people, we're still live. That was kind of annoying that my phone is not charging at the moment. Yeah, it's too hot to charge. That's great. So my phone is almost dead. Hey, Jose Ramirez, home run. And I'm on a different TikTok person. Let's not go there. All right. Hopefully my phone can cool down a little bit and then eventually charge. Yep, now it's charging. Good. But that is my phone. Oh, my computer's frozen. We're good now? All right, cool. That being said, let's keep on rolling. We've got the Padres and the White Sox. White Sox winner last night. That was kind of fun to watch. Padres minus 170 with a total of 8.5. Yu Darvish taking on Gomez. Darvish this year has pitched 13 times to a 4-5 record, 5.63 ERA, 62 and a third innings pitched, 39 earned runs, 17 walks, and 60 strikeouts. On the opposite side, you got Gomez, who I believe is a reliever. I'm right. Yes, but he's kind of had he started his last 7 games, and he's given up no more than 4 runs in every start. He gave up no runs once, 1 run twice, 1 run once, 2 runs once, 3 runs once, 4 runs twice. He's kind of just been an average pitcher. I'm going to give Darvish the pitching advantage just because I kind of have to. In terms of hitting advantage, I'm not even going to look it up because I know the White Sox are second to worst in terms of hitting against righties because nobody's worse than Colorado. Colorado's in a league of their own. In terms of line movement, there isn't any line movement. It opened up at plus 138 for White Sox. Now it's plus 140. So I guess that's 2 cents of line movement towards San Diego. But with 90% of the money coming on them, line's not moving. I'm going to end up staying off of it. But I feel like this one could be a very interesting spot for a White Sox money line. I'm not betting it, but it could be very intriguing. We'll look up the hitter props because I'm not touching any of the pitchers in that game. I don't really feel the need to. I doubt that any pitcher has really had a lot of experience against each other or hitters. Benintendi's 3 for 6 versus Darvish with a home run. Vargas is 3 for 5 with a home run. Benintendi could be an interesting one. But I'm just going to pass on this game. You on UConn minus 21. I bet them and the Aces for tomorrow so far. I have not bet WNBA in months. So I know that's in playoffs now, but I have not bet it in months. And then UConn minus 21. Who is UConn playing that they're 21-point favorites? Ball State. Go for it. Ball State's pretty freaking bad, but I didn't get to it. Afternoon, Timmy. What's up? Rip to my Nerfy in the Minnesota game. Dang. The under in BYU ECU. I want to see it. What's the total in that game? ECU. 49.5. I want to say the over. I really want to say the over in that game. I think ECU is going to be able to score against them. ECU outright. ECU money line. Loyal and bold to the purple and gold. We're East effing Carolina. Anyways, we're going to keep on rolling. I don't think any team could have looked worse than the Toronto Blue Jays yesterday. Toronto Blue Jays lost 17-1. Or was it 18-1? 18-1? They lost by a lot yesterday. Let's just say that. 20-1. Wow, it's 20-1. Woo! Blue Jays are minus 135 with a total of 8. Kansas City survives another day. Shane Bieber versus Noah Cameron. Bieber this year, since coming over to Toronto and coming back from injury, has looked really good. 5 starts, 3-1 record, 3.72 ERA in 29 innings pitched, 12 earned runs, 4 walks, and 30 strikeouts. His strikeout numbers are back to where he was during his good years, so that's good to see. Noah Cameron has been kind of somebody that came out of nowhere. 22 starts, an 8-7 record with a 2.89 ERA, 127 innings pitched, 42 earned runs, 36 walks, 103 strikeouts. He's looked solid. I'm going to give him the pitching advantage, Noah Cameron. I know Bieber's been great, but I'm going to give it to Cameron. In terms of hitting, Toronto against lefties, 112 WRC plus, and they only strike out at 18.2%. So that's going to be very interesting to see there. Royals against righties, 98 WRC plus, but they only strike out at 17.4%. So 2 teams that just do not strike out. So you got that at least. We'll go ahead and look at the line movement in this game. And the line's moving towards Kansas City to the point where I'm going to take the Royals here. Especially, where's the money coming in? Money's coming in on Toronto. I'm taking Kansas City here. Yes, I know Toronto just got blown out 20-1 yesterday. I don't care. I really don't. I'm not going to overdo that one. I kind of like that. And then I'm going to go ahead, and I know it's going to seem maybe a little bit counterproductive. I want to see what the unders are for both pitcher props. Noah Cameron's at 3.5 at plus 107. Bieber's at 5.5 at minus 161. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with it. I'm just going to grab Royals money line. Let's go take a look at offense real quick. See if there's any hitter props that we could look at. And then we'll kind of go from there. Salvador Perez has 3 home runs in his career versus Bieber. I'm just gonna go back after Perez. Perez over 1.5 total bases. And I want to see what that one is at. Props, total bases. Plus 135 for Salvi. We'll grab that. I just think it's going to be heavy, run heavy. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be overly run heavy today for ECU. Because BYU's got the second best rushing defense in college football. No, ECU's going to pass the ball. ECU's going to throw the ball with efficiency. So, no, I don't think it's going to be heavy run. 20-1. It was a cross-brand football game between Chiefs and Argonauts. Interesting. Mean Green and the under. Well, I don't think you're going to get your under in that game. I don't think you're going to get that. I'm going to fix my phone stand so I can get my phone back up here. Not going to go back live on TikTok because there's no point. At this point. Cool. Yeah, considering that North Texas after the third quarter was up 31-21, I'm going to go with no on that one for you. Is it fishy? I lean NC State. No, I'm on Duke today. Bro, you like East Carolina money line? Yes. Yes. Line's gone from 8.5 to 6.5. So yes, I like that. East effing Carolina. Yes, we're rolling with the Pirates. This was a really good game yesterday. 4-0 win. By the way, 3-0 Guardians already. Mariners minus 110. Or it's a pick 'em with a total of 8. And we get George Kirby and Framber Valdez. So another really good pitching matchup Kirby this year, 21 starts, 9-7 record with a 4.46 ERA, 115 innings pitched, 57 earned runs, 28 walks, 120 strikeouts. On the opposite side, you got Mr. Valdez, who has made 29 starts, a 12-10 record at a 3.59 ERA, 180 and a third innings pitched, 72 earned runs, 62 walks, and 173 strikeouts. I'm giving the pitch advantage to Framber Valdez. He's just looked better throughout this entire year, so I'm going to go ahead and give it to him. On the opposite side, in terms of hitting, you've got Seattle, who against lefties is 7th in baseball at 108 WRC plus. Houston against righties is hitting at 98. So hitting advantage will go towards the Mariners. We look at the line movement, and the line's moving towards Seattle today again, which is going to end up putting me back on the Mariners. And that's with, the line movement makes sense. That's moving that way. I still like the Mariners today. I like the Mariners in terms of to win the division. So I'm going to continue to roll with them. We'll look up any hitter props in this one and see, because I know these two teams have faced off against them before. Anybody who has a lot of success? Nothing crazy. Randy Arozarena is 4 for 10, but nothing really going there. J-Rod's got a home run, but he's got 26 at-bats. Cal Raleigh's got a home run and 21 at-bats. You know what? I'm going to grab Polanco. I'm going to grab Jorge Polanco. And why is... in his career, he's 11 for 22 with a home run. Over 1.5 total bases. Yeah. He's smacked around Valdez for a good amount. And we're going to go ahead and look up his total bases. And we're going to grab that. And I've got to find the right game. There it is. Jorge Polanco at plus 140. We're going to grab Polanco. There we go. I like Gators to at least cover. This is a rivalry game. I don't trust Beck in big games. I am on Florida. Nerfy. I could see a Nerfy in this game. Beeves. Los Beeves for the spread. That's a 34.5 or something like that. Sure. I'm not on it, but I won't talk you off of big points. We got 4 more baseball games, and then we got an entire NFL card to talk about. So we got the Brewers and the Cardinals. The Brewers are minus 145 with a total of 8.5 in this game. We got Chad Patrick taking on Miles McCollum. Chad Patrick this year, 24 starts, 24 games, 21 starts. 3-8 record with a 3.64 ERA, 111 and a third innings pitched, 45 earned runs, 36 walks, and 116 strikeouts. He's looked solid, and it's crazy how Milwaukee has players like this that they're not even like full-time in the rotation, and he's just freaking shoving every game. Miles McCollum is having a little bit of a better season than he normally has had, although 4.8 ERA is not great, but 29 starts, a 8-10 record with a 143 and 2/3 innings pitched, 78 earned runs, 33 walks, 93 strikeouts. So he's been better. Obviously, I'm giving pitching advantage to Chad Patrick in this one. In terms of hitting, I believe Milwaukee has it too. Yep, Milwaukee 109 to St. Louis, who's sitting at 97. We'll look at line movement in this one, where line is moving towards St. Louis. So because Milwaukee started at 150, now it's down to 145. I'm starting to see some 140s now. So you've got that, but I'm gonna pass on a side for this game, especially with all the money coming on the Brewers. Money lines moving towards St. Louis. I have a feeling St. Louis wins this one again, like they did yesterday. So I'm going to pass on that, but I'm going to look at props real quick. I'm not going to touch either pitcher. Not really any pitchers I want to be backing right now. In terms of matchups against each other, nobody's got a lot of sample size on the St. Louis side. No overwhelmingly good numbers on the Milwaukee side either. Got a couple of guys that, Rhys Hopkins has 2 home runs against him, but he's batting .222. No, nothing I need to get involved with. Oh, Contreras is batting .438 and 16 at bats, but no homers, nothing like that. So we'll go ahead and pass on that Brewers game. Liberty spread, yes. Gamecocks spread. Did not bet the Gamecocks game. Did not do it. 3 more baseball games. We got the Phillies and the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks minus 120 with a total of 9. We got Aaron Nola taking on Zach Gallen. Nola this year came back from injury and he's looked meh. He's had 4 bad starts, 2 good starts. Of course, one of his good starts was against the Mets. But he's made 15 starts this year for the Phillies, a 4-9 record, 6.44 ERA, 81 innings pitched, 58 earned runs, 26 walks, and 84 strikeouts. He's been all right. So he's been bad. Zach Gallen finally is starting to look like the old Zach Gallen. Like, he's finally starting to get his numbers down. In his last 5 starts, he's allowed 1 earned run or less in 4 out of the 5 starts. 31 starts this year, a 12-14 record with a 4.73 ERA, 180 2/3 innings pitched, 95 earned runs, 60 walks, and 163 strikeouts. I'm going to give the pitching advantage to Mr. Gallen. I feel like he is the better pitcher here, so I'm going to go ahead and give it to Gallen. We look at the hitting stats, and Philly's the better hitting team, 112 to 110 in the WRC plus department. So we've at least got that. So it's going to be split down the middle, and we'll look towards the line movement. That is not really doing anything. It opened up at 115. I'm still seeing 115s. I had 120 here. It dropped from 120 to 115, even though it's opened up around there. So it is what it is. And that's with more of the money coming in on Philly. Not really anything I need to get involved with. We'll look at hitting stats, because that's pretty much all we can look at right now, because I'm not too interested in a side here. Keep in mind, I have a lot of college football today, so I'm not really trying to go overly crazy in baseball. McCarthy for Arizona. Jake McCarthy. He hasn't really been crazy good this year, but against Nola, he's got 2 home runs, 7 RBIs, and 11 at-bats. We're going to go ahead and grab Jake McCarthy for his total bases. I like to go after players that have had success versus this pitcher before, and that's what you get with McCarthy. So let's go ahead and see if we can get a line for that in general, and if we can, we'll grab it. Jake McCarthy, plus 180. So if he starts, that's going to be a nice one to get. And on the Philly side, nothing that I need to go after. Harper's batting 415 at-bats, but nothing I need to go after for the Philly side. Confirmed UNC is a basketball school today. I agree. Nerfy. I can see Nerfy in this game. Under in the Illinois-Indiana game. I can see that too. I can 100% see an under in that Illinois-Indiana game. We've got 2 baseball games. 2 baseball games left. We got the Angels and the Rockies. Angels minus 125 with a total of 11.5. Kendricks versus Marquez. Kendricks this year has made 29 starts, a 7-10 record, a 5 ERA, 152 innings pitched, 85 earned runs, 40 walks, 101 strikeouts. On the opposite side, you got German Marquez, who has made 20 starts this year to a 3-11 record, a 5.67 ERA, 98 and a third innings pitched, 62 earned runs, 34 walks, and 73 strikeouts. So Kyle Hendricks is going to get the pitching advantage in this one. It's not by a lot. In terms of hitting, I don't even have to look it up because I know the Angels have the hitting advantage, but it's 92 WRC plus is 76. So both these two teams bottom 5 in hitting this year, which just means this game is going to be like 12 to 13. Seeing the Rockies at this low of a number is kind of crazy. Line's moving towards the Rockies because they opened up at 113 and now it's down to 104. Do I really need to bet the Rockies today? I don't need to. I'm going to. Let's go Rocktober today. I hate myself for it. It's kind of gross, and I'm not looking at any player props in this game. Just going to grab the Rockies. Can you give out a fun nighttime college football 3-teamer with plus 400 odds or better? To be clear, it is plus 400 for the parlay or plus 400 for the team. Because that would be a really long shot one if it's 3 plus 400 or bigger. And in terms of nighttime, I'm guessing you're talking 7 o'clock or later. That's going to be my guess is 7 o'clock or later. Let's go to my thing. We'll go 7 o'clock or later. Florida, ECU, Arizona State. Sound good? Florida, ECU, Arizona State. Have fun. Final baseball game of the day. We get the Dodgers and the Giants. The Dodgers are minus 245 with a total of 8.5. Tang versus Glass now. I'm not going to dive deep into Tang. He's made 7 starts, 2-4 record, 6.41 in 26 innings pitched. All those strikeout numbers, 33 strikeouts. That's actually kind of impressive. I'm going to probably look at his strikeouts for a minute in a couple minutes. On the opposite side, you got Tyler Glass now, who has made 16 starts this year to a 3-3 record, a 3.06 and 82 and a third innings pitched. 28 earned runs, 38 walks, and 96 strikeouts. Pitching advantage with Glass now, for sure. Both of them are against righties. Dodgers, 113 WRC plus, which is 4th in baseball. They strike out 21.7% of the time, so I don't know if that's anything to be involved in. Giants hitting 102. So hitting and pitching edge both towards the Dodgers in this one. Now, the Dodgers have kind of buried the Giants at this point. No, not a lot of line movement because it went from 240 to 245. And with all the money on the Dodgers, I feel like it would be the way that the line's moving, it would be Giants or nothing. But because hitting a pitching edge on the Dodgers, it's going to be nothing. So we'll go ahead and pass on this game. Don't really feel the need to jump into this one. Real quick, what is Tang's strikeouts? Because that could be like the only thing that I would really look towards. Yeah, it's 5 strikeouts. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I was hoping it would be like a 3.5. Under in the San Diego State game. And of course, in the Rainbow Warriors. You like the under in the Rainbow Warriors? I kind of leaned Hawaii. Didn't bet it. Do you have a play in Trojans and Spartans? Can you give me the college? Can you give me the which game is that? Which game are you talking about? Is that USC? Yeah, USC. They're a 19-point favorite against Michigan State. Jesus. That's an 11 o'clock game tonight. That sucks for Michigan State people. No, I didn't have a play in this game. My latest game that I have a play on is UTSA at 9:30 tonight. So let's head to football. We'll head to the NFL, where we will we'll start off with the Packers and the Browns. The Packers are 8.5 point favorites with a total of 41 in this game. And this is actually going to be one of my more favorite plays this week. I will quickly mention the line has gone from 7.5 up to 8.5, but it's kind of been flipping for a while between 7.5 and 8.5. And when I look at the teams, Green Bay is coming into this one 2-0, wins against the Detroit Lions and the Washington Commanders. So 2 big wins off the rip. And they look. This is a Green Bay team that looks great. On the opposite side, you have a Browns team that's coming in 0-2. They had that close loss that they should have been able to beat the Bengals. They lost by 1 in that game, and then they got blown out 41-17 versus the Ravens. I like the Browns in this game, and I'll talk about it. Why do I like the Browns in this game? I feel like this is not only a letdown spot, but I feel like this is a look-ahead spot for them as well. You're just coming off of 2 big wins against playoff teams in the Lions and the Commanders. You play Cleveland this week. Then next week you have to go and play the Dallas Cowboys, which could be a playoff team. And it's a in-conference team. Like, that's – so the in-between of putting the Browns in the spot, I feel like there's a very, very trappy spot for the Green Bay Packers. I'm all over the Browns in this one. It's one of our contest picks as well. We had the Dolphins as well as a contest pick. That was nice. But I'm starting off my NFL card with the Browns. So we're going to start off Cleveland. I think we got 8.5 on this one. Let me go look it up just to make sure. Actually, I can just scroll here. Can we not? I got 8.5. Cleveland plus 8.5 in this one. I figured it out. Browns, yes. I love the Browns. Love the Browns. I have a play on this one. I'm not as crazy about it, but I'm going to be on it. It's the Jets and the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are 6.5 point favorites with a total of 43.5. The Jets will be without Justin Fields in this game. So they will be on Tyrod Taylor, which whoop-de-doo. The line, since being announced that Tyrod Taylor was in the game, has gone from 7 to 6.5, which is very interesting. The Jets are 0-2 to start the year, a game that they should have won versus Pittsburgh, and then they got blown out by Buffalo. On the opposite side, you got Tampa Bay, who are coming off of 2 games. This Tampa Bay team can easily be 0-2 right now. Easily. A last-second win versus Atlanta, and you guys saw that drive against Houston at the end of that game to win that game. So this team could easily be 0-2 right now. They're 2-0, though, to start off their year. I like to see – I'm on the Jets. I know I hate myself for it, but I'm on the Jets. The way that the line's moved, a lot of people might overreact to Justin Fields being out. I'm not going to. I'm grabbing the Jets here. I got 7. I got 7 on this one. It's now down to a 6.5, so I got a good number. Give me the Jets in this one. Not saying that they're going to win, but I think they cover. Taylor interception. I can see it. Jets plus 6.5. The Bucs have injuries. The Jets are without a starting quarterback, so Mayfield interception. I can see that too. Bucs win 24-20. I can see it. I like it. There you go. It's the Texans coach's fault. They lost to the Bucs on Monday night. They left points. They did. I agree. Oh, I'm going to go. Wow, I have freaking dogs galore today. Falcons and the Panthers are up next. The Falcons are minus 5.5 with a total of 44.5. We got the 1-1 Falcons and the 0-2 Panthers. Falcons this year, a loss versus Tampa, and then a blowout, dominant defensive game versus Minnesota. Maybe we can get there. So they looked a lot better last week. On the opposite side, you got Carolina, who had a nice backdoor cover yesterday. Then they had a shot to win, but they lost 26-10 opening week, and then they lost by 5 to Arizona. Panthers finally at home for the first time this year, and I feel like this is a good spot where they can actually come out and play. I am on the Panthers in this one. We have seen the line drop. Of course, my wager talk is not working now. Thank you. Appreciate it. We have seen the line drop because I think this one opened up at 7. And with all the money and everything coming on Atlanta and it's dropped, it kind of makes me like, okay, why? Okay, there we go. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, it's kind of been flip-flopping. It didn't open up. It opened up in the 1.5, 2.5 area, and then it's immediately spiked up to 5.5. And I've been seeing it flip from 5.5 to 4.5 to 5.5 to 4.5 to 5.5 to 4.5. So, and with all the money coming in on the Falcons, it shouldn't be moving that way. I'm on the Panthers. Falcons. Nope. Panthers spread and Young interception. I can see it. 100%. 100%. Hey, stop me if you heard this before. I like a dog. Oh, I put the money line in there. Whoops. We got the Eagles at a 3.5-point favorite. 44.5 is the total between the Rams and the Eagles. The Rams coming into this one 2-0. The Eagles coming into this one 2-0. Rams won against Houston and Tennessee, 14-9 and 33-19, covering in both of those games. On the opposite side, you got the Eagles, who had their opening night versus Dallas. They won 24-20, and then last week were able to take care of the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City, 20-17. So that is both teams undefeated coming into this one. But I looked at this game, and I believe we saw a little bit more of a line movement because this one opened up at 4.5, and it's dropped to 3.5. I'm starting to see some threes now too. I didn't put it out there because I saw more 3.5s, but with the money, it's coming in on the Rams the right way. I am on the Rams in this game. I grabbed them plus 3.5. Right, I'm on 3.5 on the Rams. I like the spot for it. I think this is gonna be a field goal game. If not, I feel like the Rams could win this game outright. So LA in this one versus the Eagles. I got plus 3 and a hook. A typo has the quarterback matchup Young Penis Jr. That's yeah, okay. Just betting anytime touchdown. Barkley, Hurts, Williams. I did take Jalen Hurts under his passing yards. There will be some player props up tonight or tomorrow morning for the NFL on the site. Eagles are past. Stafford back injured. Can't trust him. He looks fine so far. Might be a letdown spot for the Eagles. Maybe. They also head to Tampa Bay next week, which could be an interesting spot. I like the Rams. All right, I will say for this game and the next one, I didn't bet anything in, but we'll still talk over real quick. Colts and the Titans. Colts look good this year. 2-0 start. Last second win versus the Denver Broncos and a 33-8 win versus the Dolphins has them rolling to a 2-0 start. And they look good. On the opposite side, you got the Titans, who don't look good. 0-2 start. They did cover versus Denver in the first game. That was a 9-point spread. They did not versus the Rams last game. So you've got a 0-2 versus a 2-0. I believe the way that the line moved, it opened up. Yeah, it opened up at a 1.5, but that was on the 9th. You look back at the 14th when it really opened back up, and it was a 3. Now it's 3.5 to 4.5. It's Colts or nothing, but I kind of wanted nothing to do with this game considering the way that the money's coming in. I feel like Titans could be interesting, but I'm not touching it. Is banner raising night for the Eagles too? No, they raised on Thursday night against Dallas. That game was in Philly. Titans. I won't talk you off the Titans. That's for sure. I'm not going to talk you off of them. Okay, good. North Texas back up 10 there. Okay, cool. We'll continue. This is another one, and I'm going to put the big question mark on it because I'm going to check because I have him on my work fantasy league. I believe he's out. I believe Jalen Daniels is going to be out this week. Does he have a projection? Jalen Daniels is out this week. Kind of contemplating whether or not I want to put in Jordan Love or I might put in Carson Wentz. I might put in Carson Wentz as my quarterback this week. I feel like that could be a interesting piece to put in. Anyways, but we do get a backup quarterback for the Commanders. I believe it's Marcus Mariota, if I remember right. And the line's down to a 2.5. I'm not betting at this point. I think it's Commanders or nothing at this point. I'm not going to read off all the line movements just because with the quarterback being out, I'm not dealing with that. So we're going to pass on this game altogether. Just with the injuries, I'm not messing with the line and everything. Geno Smith sucks. He looks so bad versus the Chargers. Chargers also have looked good this year. So I'm not going to take it away from the Chargers. Commanders are pass at this point. I feel like that's fair. Marcus Mariota revenge game. I could see it as a Marcus Mariota revenge game. I very well could. I'm going to put Carson Wentz in. Anyways, we'll keep on rolling. We get the Steelers and the Patriots. Steelers are 1.5-point favorites with a total of 44.5. And I looked at this game. You've got the Steelers, a win against the Jets in a game that they probably shouldn't have won, and then they get blown out by 14 against Seattle. So they're 1-1 to start off. They have yet to cover a spread, which one of the games that pick them doesn't matter. On the opposite side, Patriots 1-1 as well. A loss to the Raiders in week 1. A win versus the Dolphins in week 2. So they're looking at a 1-1 start as well. When it comes to it, I like the Patriots in this game. Patriots at home. I feel like the Steelers are a little bit overvalued. Line's been flipping back and forth between 1.5, 2.5, 1.5, 2.5, 1.5, 2.5. And with the way the money's coming in, the way the money's coming in on the Steelers, it shouldn't be flipping back and forth like that. I'm on the Patriots. I took the money line at plus 110. I like them at home against what I believe is a overvalued Pittsburgh Steelers team. So give me the Patriots in this one. Yes, Patriots. Steelers defense, not for real. Run the rock. Yes. If the Patriots can run the ball efficiently, they're going to win this game. Yes, that's what they should do. We're starting to get closer to the end of the show, although we still have 2 more games in the 1 o'clock, and then we got a couple 4 o'clocks, and then we'll talk Sunday night football. Bengals and the Vikings, and this one's probably my favorite game of the week. And if you guys have, and whoever's still watching at this point, the couple of people, here's my trifecta on the site. Because I mentioned how my trifectas, I've done 4 of them so far in football this year because now we can put up first quarter, first half. Those trifectas were the Dallas Cowboys, the opening Thursday night. ECU versus Campbell, because I was more of a homer play, but they all cash. I took the Miami Hurricanes versus USF, and I took the Dolphins on Thursday Night Football. So 4 times I've done trifectas. Those are combined 12 plays. They're 12-0. Here's the trifecta for this game, the over. We got 2 backup quarterbacks, but you look at it. Browning, I don't hate Browning. I think he can have an efficient game. I know it's no Joe Burrow, but I think he could do enough. On the flip side, I think it's a upgrade at quarterback for the Vikings, putting Carson Wentz in. And I think that's really going to open up Justin Jefferson in this game. I also like the Vikings. And I believe we made did we make the Vikings one of our contest plays? I don't remember. Let me pull up. I want to pull up the Pup Sports. Because I want to say we had. I want to say that the Vikings were one of our plays, but I'm not 100% sure. But I'm all over this one. I think Carson Wentz has a big game, so we're gonna 100% be jumping on the Vikings in this one. I got -2.5 for them. It's up to a 3, and then I got first quarter, first half, full game, all overs in this one. So the trifecta is on the over. It's 7.5 in the first quarter. It's 21 in the first half. It's 42.5 full game. I know it's gone down a point. I don't care. And we go from there. Can we look at the NFL contest? I do have the Vikings in. Yes. So Dolphins were a winner already. Browns I've talked about. Vikings we are on. And I got 2 more that we have not talked about yet. But I'm all in on the Vikings. Go Vikings. Yes. Why do people hate on the Vikings so much for no reason? They're a Minnesota team. Robert, is there a bobblehead night for the MLB games today? I didn't even look at the end of any themes, but maybe. Fair. We got one more 1 o'clock game, and then we got 4 o'clocks, and then Sunday Night Football. Texans and Jaguars. And this is where another one of our contest plays come in. We've got the Jaguars sitting at -1 with a total of 44. Houston 0-2 to start the year, and they have not looked great. They lost 14-9 to the Rams. They lost 20-19 to the Bucs. Just not looking like the powerhouse or not powerhouse, but like the team that's going to run the division like we thought they would be. On the opposite side, Jacksonville, 1-1 start, a dominant win over Carolina, a back-and-forth loss to the Bengals in this one, but I still think the Jaguars are going to be a team that can compete for this division. And when I looked at this game, I'm on the Jaguars. I believe the way the line moved in this one, it moved them from a dog to a favorite, if I remember right. Yeah, it moved them from a dog to a favorite. Not to mention this is a Jacksonville team. A Houston team I don't trust. So Jacksonville ended up being another one of our contest plays this week. So Jacksonville I think it was -1 for the contest. I got Jacksonville -1 and -110. Duval in this one. Texans, no. Need the Utes to win. Texas Tech is good. I'm on Texas Tech. I'm personally on Texas Tech, and they're up 10 points. I love to see it. Wow, that's a back-and-forth game between Miami of Ohio and UNLV. That looks like fun. But no, I'm on Texas Tech, so I like that one. Going to sweat both kickers over their field goals. I like it. Whoa, Syracuse is up 10 on Tulane. On Clemson, sorry. That one's interesting to see. What's Destiny's picks for this week? I don't know yet. She'll probably send them to me tomorrow, and I'll post it before the games start. But I'm actually gonna go and I'm gonna send her that just so that she knows. There you go. Just so she knows that people care about what her picks are. By the way, I believe we're both currently tied at 5-5. So, Ute touchdown. That's not good. Why would be celebrating Ute touchdown? I have Texas Tech. I took the under. Oh, that looks good. University of Wisconsin is an embarrassment to football. I agree. 100% with you. Let's keep on rolling. We got the New Orleans Saints and the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks 7.5-point favorites with a total of 41.5 in this game. New Orleans 0-2 start, but I'm going to call this I don't think it's as bad as they have not looked as bad as we thought. Granted, 0-2 against the spread, but they've lost by 7 and 5. So they're keeping them within one score, and they look competitive. Granted, both of them were at home, and now they're going on the road, which is not ideal, but they've looked kind of competitive. On the opposite side, you got a Seattle team who just played in Pittsburgh and won by 14, so it could be a little bit more of a letdown spot, especially when you have a divisional game coming up next week in Arizona. So it could be a little bit of a look-ahead spot. I took the Saints. I took the Saints in this game. I grabbed them plus 7.5. This line has moved it's been flipping back and forth from 7 to 7.5. And when most of the money is coming in on the Seahawks and the line's not moving that way, another dog that I like the Saints. I got them plus 7.5. I look towards Kamara's rushing props as well. I like the Saints plus points against Seahawks. All right. Wish I sprinkled Terps money line today. I was on Wisconsin, so that was not good. I don't trust Sam Darnold enough to lay 7.5, but the Saints are so ass. They haven't looked as bad as we think. That's my thing. Stinky game, probably. Everyone's going to parlay the Seahawks. I can see that. I can totally see everybody parlaying the Seahawks. Are you backing my Saints this week? Yes, I am. I'll take their kicker over his field goals. I took them. I took the Saints plus points. This is a game I didn't really get involved with. Broncos and the Chargers. The Chargers are 2.5-point favorites with a total of 46 and a hook. And I looked at this one. You've got the Broncos coming in 1-1. Chargers coming in 2-0. Broncos, let's be honest, should be 2-0 if their defender didn't jump over one of the offensive linemen and had that penalty. They missed Colts missed the field goal. They should be 2-0. That happens. They're 1-1 now. They go to LA, who is sitting at 2-0. Wins in division. So far, the first 3 weeks for the Chargers, all in division games. A win against Kansas City and a win against the Raiders. That's huge to start off your year as 2 divisional wins. I look at this game. Let's see where the line movement is. It went from 1.5 to 2.5 for the Chargers, and I'm starting to see some threes pop up now too. And that's with most of the money coming in on the Chargers, so it makes sense. All this line movement makes sense. This is just a game I did not get involved with, so this one's a pass. I am passing on the next game as well, but I will talk about it, and then I'll have plays on the last 2 games. Chargers for minus 2.5. Herbert is the best quarterback in the NFL. I disagree, but Herbert over fantasy points. Love this market. I could see that for sure. For sure. Wow, touchdown TCU. We're up to that would be 58. What do I have in that game? 64. So I need my touchdown would get to right fit. Sorry, I'm doing math in my head. 58 plus 7 would be 65. So I need a touchdown in this TCU game. Anyways, I'm sorting that one out too. Cowboys and the Bears. The Cowboys are 1.5-point favorites with a total of 50.5. Both Cowboys coming in at 1-1. Bears 0-2. The Cowboys a close loss to the Eagles in week 1, and then an overtime win versus the Giants in week 2. And I could see a lot of people going and kind of be like, oh, wow, that crazy game, because everybody's going to remember that one. I'm pretty sure everybody's going to remember the Bears and what happened to them last week, losing by 31 points, 52-21, after blowing their Monday Night Football game to start the year 27-24 to the Vikings. So 0-2 start for the Bears. Although with the line movement in this one, the line opened up with the Bears as 2.5-point favorites, and it's flipped to the Cowboys as a favorite. And with the way the money's coming in, that's what's keeping me off. It's the ticket numbers are way too high and the money's not enough. So it was kind of a interesting spot there. But I end up staying off this game. For me, it's the Cowboys or nothing. Maybe Dak Prescott, something with Dak Prescott in terms of passing yards or something. But I personally, the way that the line was moving and everything, I kind of stayed off this one. Taking a risk with Broncos defense, but Herbert under interception and the LA kicker over his field goals. There you go. Lean under 2. I'm on TCU over 64, also riding with you. Yeah, and that's at 59 points. We need a touchdown. We need a touchdown, and we can get it. Blasphemy. Ain't no Oregon Duck quarterback that's going to be the best in the NFL, maybe for a week. And you like the Bears, but you don't know. That's fair. I don't like them enough to really want to do anything with it, but it would be Cowboys or nothing. I am on a play in this one, and I feel like me and Nick kind of were looking at one team early in the year, and because he still looks at it with me, but he can't do the shows. San Francisco was a team that we both kind of circled, being like, that could be a team that bounces back this year. They're 2.5-point favorites against the Cardinals. Both of them 2-0. Cardinals with wins against the Saints and the Carolina Panthers, and San Fran against Seattle and New Orleans. So neither one of these two teams have had the toughest of schedules. Both of them facing New Orleans. But I feel like Arizona being this close to a spread, I feel like that's kind of overvaluing their 2-0 record. We also don't know about Purdy in this game, but I really don't care. Mac Jones is not that much worse, in my opinion. I am on the Niners in this game. The way that the line moved in this one, because I believe it started at a pick'em. It started around a 1.5, and it's moved its way up to a 2.5. And that's with the money coming in the right way on the Niners. And the Niners are actually our 5th and final play for the contest. Niners minus, I believe it's 2.5 in this contest. It's 2.5. Niners. 2.5 for the contest. We're on the 49ers this week. Cardinals money line, sharp play. I don't think so. What's the Cards record versus San Fran last 5 games? I could be completely honest. I have not a clue. Head-to-head. It's even. If you go back the last 6 games, it's 4-2 San Fran. Cardinals need to use Marvin Harrison more. I agree. 100% agree. To Sunday Night Football on the final game of the card. Whew. Chiefs and the Giants. The Chiefs are 6-point favorites with a total of 44.5. I don't think I was going to ever think I was going to say something like this. The Chiefs are 0-2 start the year. Giants are also 0-2. Chiefs 6-point favorites. Chiefs lose to the Chargers and the Eagles, which are both still undefeated. And I don't feel like those are bad losses, but you lost both of them. You should have won at least one. On the opposite side, the Giants should have won last week. That was a back and forth game, or they could have won last week against the Cowboys. They fell in overtime there after losing 21-6 week 1 to the Commanders. I looked at this game. There's no way that the Chiefs start off 0-3, right? Right? It's Mahomes. I got the Giants +6. I at least think they keep it close. Who knows? The Giants may be able to win this game outright. But I'm gonna be ending my card with the Giants in this one. We'll take the Giants +6 at home. First home game of the year for the Giants versus the Chiefs. Chiefs are my survivor pick, but I might flip to the Falcons. I don't like the Falcons this week. I don't like the Chiefs either. I'm out of my survivor pool. I had Miami last week. If I was to choose a survivor this week, it's Minnesota. I know it sounds crazy, but it's Minnesota. But Gano over kicking points, and Texas Tech is going to win. Are they, or are you just trying to reverse jinx? What is the actual situation? Hey, touchdown. All right, yeah, touchdown. Well, keep in mind, dude, it's still 8 minutes left to go in the game. There's still plenty of time. Is that a... They should get the extra point, still 2. So it should be 20-10. So it should be a 10-point game. It's not over by any stretch of the imagination. It's college football. So, but that is all of the games for today. Oh, an hour and 25-minute show. Love it. But that is all the games for today, all the plays. 8 minutes, plenty of time. Yeah, 8 minutes is plenty of time in college football, for sure. But that is going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. No show tomorrow because by the time I get home and set up the show and everything, half the games will have started. So, Syracuse plus 17.5 to the moon. They're still up 10. It's currently delayed at the moment. But that's going to do it. Oh, interception for TCU. And they brought it back. All right, it's 1st and 10 for them at this SMU 35. They're going to be running the ball, though. But that's going to do it. I'll see you guys on Monday.